Good morning, everyone. So we have Aniket, Atul, Deepa, Pallavi, Ramesh, Sangamitra, and yes, our guest speaker. So yeah. So those who are attending this talk show for the first time, let me brief you about Careerfit Varsity movement. So there is a lot of uncertainty in the job market. Many people, they are facing many problems in their career. They are feeling stagnant, complacent. Some people are not liking their job, and they are lacking clarity and vision, what exactly they should do. And even I faced these kind of problems in my career, and that's why I started this movement few months back to help the people, specifically the people who are into engineering industry. So my career fitvacity movement basically emphasizes on two objectives. First one is why it is important to be in the career which fits your values, personality, and talent. And second thing is, even if you are in this kind of career which is fitting your value, personality, and talent, still why it is important to maintain your career fitness. And I am very much sure that today's topic is really going to throw some light on this problems which people are facing, because we have very special guest amongst us. She is personal and career branding coach. She had helped many professionals, job seekers, and freelancers to build their strong brand to get the amazing job opportunities. And she is also founder of Finicity, where she imparts training to professionals. And she is amazing with her speaking, her warm style of speaking. All of the audience, I'm sure that you will be engaged with her style of speaking. And she is going to tell us the importance of building the personal brand or career brand. And she is none other than Sakshi Chandraakar.
Thank you so much. Thank you for this amazing introduction, and thank you for welcoming me like this. Thank you so much. Am I audible properly?
Yes. So, Sakshi, if you allow me 1 minute, I would like to just tell people why I have chosen this topic.
Please go ahead. Then I'm going to yours. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, see, this topic is why engineers need to build their career brand now than ever. So, the specific reason behind choosing this topic is, if you consider India and engineering, there is, India is obsessed with engineering. And if I had gone through one statistics, and there are almost, 30 to 35 lakhs of engineers which are passing out each year. So in this competition, strong competition, people are losing their identity. Okay, they have lost their voice in this crowd, and that's why they are struggling, and they are not, able to stand out in the crowd. And that's why I have chosen this topic, and we have amazing guest with us, Sakshi Chandraakar. So Sakshi, I would like to ask you this question, that what exactly is career branding, and whether career branding and personal branding are two different things. So we are really interested to know from you.
Okay, great question. Thank you for asking for this clarity, Megha. So to all your audience, I guess I see a couple of my own students here. They are interested. Okay, so to an extent, more or less, people think that this is same. Some people, because we all come from different school of thoughts. So let us understand what is branding or a brand. Whatever people perceive about us is actually our brand. Okay. Now there are two schools of thoughts. One say that everything that you do under the sun, your personal behavior, your attitude, your attributes, your personal way of living, dealing with people, and your professional expertise and skills, everything together builds your brand. Okay. So most of the influencers outside, especially in India, they all consider everything together as your personal brand. However, there is another school of thought which says that your career brand is basically your personal image plus the skills and expertise you possess in the professional field. Okay, so career brand in a broader sense is actually your personal image that you are showing to people. Okay, that is reflected from your behavior and attitude, plus the skills, the education, qualification, expertise you possess in your professional domain. So if you are an engineer, what kind of engineer you are, what is your expertise, what is your speciality that people are seeing out in the world, whether they are seeing it or not, that also is creating a brand. So aapki kaun si baat logon ko nazar aati hai, that is actually a brand for others. So you do not have a brand in your eyes. I mean, if you have a brand, whatever brand you have in your eyes, it's not necessarily the same thing that others also are perceiving. So whatever I feel about you, Megha, is your brand for me. Whatever you feel about me is my brand for you. Okay, but overall, if we are like what, some 12 people out here, if all these 12 people, 11 people think the same thing about you or about me, then that's my brand for them. And that's uniformity is has to be managed everywhere. So some people consider it as same. I do not mind you calling everything as your personal brand. You can call it separate also. Sometimes it happens, some people know us personally only, they do not know, for example, my professional side is not known to a lot of people, but what I am as a human being, as a personal, as an individual, for them, they know me for that. Okay, so if they consider me humorous and helpful and generous and kind, or arrogant or rude, that's also so that's my brand for them. Okay, but those in the career brand or professional brand that you want to call, it's you, the person, that individual is going and working. So my attitude, my personality traits are also going and working over there. I'm working with these traits only. Okay, so my image plus all my professional expertise together builds my career brand in the eyes of other people.
Wow, that's amazing. Actually, when we listen this word brand, it is usually associated with marketing. Okay, and we know various reputed brands. We know Apple, Samsung, Sony. But this concept of personal and career branding, I think this is not known to many people, and that's why you are here, Sakshi, to create awareness about that. So, do you think that we are also like products into this, job market or in our career?
Not just in job market, Megha, I would say we are products, we are human products. Okay, so these are material products and we are human products. Okay, so the thing is that as you rightly mentioned, that market people use a brand name. Likewise, we all are marketing and selling ourselves. I am selling my point and idea to my son that you have to stop watching TV and go and study. If he buys my point, the way I am communicating, if he buys my point and I'm looking at him like this, and he's also giving me the same look, it's sitting right in front of me. So if if I have to listen to him, that means he has sold his point to me well, and I have to agree to what he is saying. And if I am performing better, then I have sold my point to him. So we all are products, we all are human products. We are always, every single moment, communicating and selling ourselves to people. So in order for us to market and sell ourselves better, we need to bring out this brand identity. And if you are somebody who is just like everybody else, nobody knows you, then you are simply a commodity. You are not sellable enough. Only a few people who know you will buy your points. So that is why personal and career branding has come into conceptualization, I guess, around late 1990s, somewhere in 1990s. And in India, it has not taken that bigger shape. Very recently, just a couple of years back, some 4-5 years back, people have started talking about it. And before that also people were talking, but it was supposed to be only for celebrities, for politicians and celebrities, not for general public. However, the moment we are born, we are given a name, we have a size, shape, feature. So we are more or less like any other product, and parents have given us a name also. So that becomes our brand. My face is my logo. The way I style is my style of branding. So yeah, we are in the market, okay, to sell ourselves personally and professionally. Be ready for that.
Okay, that's nice to know from you, Sakshi. So Sakshi, when you started actually this creating awareness, and now you're teaching people how to build their personal and career
Mhm.
brand.
Mhm.
So what did you notice when you started, when people were not aware about all these things? Could you share some of your experiences?
Sure, why not? So it started around 2 years back. I launched my course though last year only. In the month of May, I started teaching all these things. But before that, also I started creating awareness about it. And what I got to know that people have absolutely no idea whatsoever. Rarely people have heard about it, especially those who are into digital media. They still understood because in digital media, in digital marketing, a lot of such terms have been used previously also, so they understood. But normally finance people, engineers, or your doctors and any other stream people, they are usually not aware about it. This is quite in its own nascent state. Okay, people are not aware, and I've been doing these master classes every week. In fact, now these days I'm started doing it twice a week. So more than some 5,000 students, employees and professionals, I have helped them learn about personal branding. But just a handful of them, I would literally say only a handful of them, have taken the step ahead to actually work on their brand, which is sad. But yes, it all takes its own course of time to understand. And जब वो बिल्कुल last moment होगा ना कि भाई अपना कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, अब तो करना पड़ेगा, then only people are going to understand. But yes, because there is so much information out there which is available on Google or YouTube, so people often get confused about all this, Megha.
Uh,
But yes, I am loving the experience now. People have started recognizing me for personal branding and career branding. And now people are open with the kind of information I'm sharing, the sessions that I'm conducting, and the post I'm writing. And there are other coaches also now in this industry. So yeah, we are together building a great awareness drive now.
Yes, you have perfectly said that, because if you would ask me, even I was not aware about all these things. If 2 years back, if someone would have asked me what is career brand, what is personal brand, I was completely unaware of this topic, being into technical sector. And yes, you said it right that people, when they don't know, there is a lot of mindset shift needs to also be done. Okay, and that I think you are creating through your courses, your content on LinkedIn. I am also fan of your content on LinkedIn, and that's why you have this huge follower base on LinkedIn. So, Sakshi, coming to my next question, that is this career brand for everyone?
Okay. So as I mentioned earlier also, that whatever people perceive about you is your brand. Now, if the engineers also want to have a great perception about themselves in their industry, in their domain, then yes, of course it is for them. It's for a little child. I always used to give this small example, which is, I think, is quite relatable also. So we have people coming in, socializing with us. So sometimes some kids come to our house and we are like really pleased with them, and we say kitna pyara bachcha hai na, itna sweet hai, polite hai, so mannerful and all. And then there are certain kids who come and we are like, we pray कि भैया बच्चा नहीं आना चाहिए, वो इतना उत्पाती है, नहीं है. Okay, so that is, अच्छा वो बच्चा, अच्छा ये ऐसा है. That means we are branding that person as that.
Right.
Okay, someone is naughty, that's his brand. Someone is polite and soft spoken or very mannerful, so that's the brand for that person. So right from the beginning itself, we start calling people with the adjectives that we relate them with. Okay, so what kind of person you are now? Okay, you are a very disciplined engineer, you are a very creative engineer, you are a problem solver, you are whatever terms that are there in your engineering field. Okay, so that is how people know you. And if you think that you are a great problem solver, you are like truly very creative, however nobody knows about that, then there is no brand presence. Now you decide whether career branding is important for you. So branding is basically communicating, managing and promoting your brand. So whatever perception people have about me, if I stay inside my house and I keep thinking, "Yare koi aayega mere paas meri services lene ke liye," it doesn't work like that. I have to keep sharing with people that this is who I am, this is how I can help you. Like you are doing this Career Varsity amazing program. Now people know that, okay, for such things, we have to go to Megha only, and she has been helping us with this. So likewise, each one of us, it is our responsibility, it is our duty to spread awareness about ourselves, okay, to make people know us, find us, identify us with who we are.
Yeah,
That is
that's,
important. So
yes,
you need
that's
to
very powerful.
so
Yes.
continuously promotion, marketing and communicating about who you truly are will actually spread awareness कि हाँ मैं यही हूँ. So sometimes it happens that you are not what people think. और आपको ऐसे लगता है कि यार मैं तो ऐसे नहीं करती हूँ, मैंने तो ये नहीं किया, ऐसे क्यों लोग मेरे बारे में समझते हैं. So there are ways in which you have communicated them to them unconsciously, maybe unknowingly, maybe. However, I think this is answered that yes, personal and career branding is for everybody. You want to survive and grow, it is for you.
That's really powerful, and I think it will help the audience here or the people who are watching us live on YouTube. That it is for everyone, as you rightly mentioned, doesn't matter which kind of roles you are. And there are few myths associated with this concept. If you would ask me that even I was in that kind of mindset few years back when I was engrossed into my technical career, technical field. That time I used to think that if I am doing my job, okay, properly, honestly, then what is the use of spreading it? Okay, I mean, why I should speak about it? What is the point in being vocal about it? I'm doing my job, right? And I think this most of the people must be having this question in their mind, specifically engineers, because they think that I am good in my technical skills, I'm doing my job awesome, but now why I need to build my brand? So this is one of the myths, and I would like to clarify that from you.
Okay. So, and I would say, Megha, what you rightly pointed out, that this is how most of us have been brought up, and I also share this thing in my sessions also, that the way we have been conditioned, the way we have been trained through movies or through our parents. My father was, मैं अपना काम बहुत दिल लगा के करता हूँ. I am the most honest and loyal person to my company. मैं बस अपना काम करूँगा और दुनिया को मेरा काम दिखेगा. दुनिया को नहीं दिखता, दुनिया अपना काम कर रही है. Nobody can notice your work. So you are basically paid for a kind of a work. However, the way you are presenting it brings attention to who you are. You need to stand out. If everybody is putting their heads down and doing their work, how are people? I mean, I'm not saying that you have to keep your head up and do the work. That's not what I mean. But what I'm saying is, it is so important for you to tell people that this is what you have accomplished. This is what you are really capable of doing. And it is mainly because of our conditioning that we have had. And हमें ऐसे सिखाया गया है कि जो लोग बहुत पहले के ज़माने में, मतलब मेरे फादर हमेशा ये बात बोलते थे कि ऐसे मुझे चापलूसी नहीं करनी है किसी की. आई डू नॉट हैव टू डू दैट बटरिंग. तो मूवीज में भी दिखाते थे कि जो लोग बॉस के साथ ज़्यादा क्लोज होते हैं और जो जा जाके काम दिखाते हैं, ये लोग अच्छे नहीं माने जाते हैं. उनका इमेज उस तरीके से फॉर्म किया गया है. दे वेयर ग्रेट clothes, they look very attractive and appealing, and they are rich. So rich is bad, getting close to your boss is bad, staying poor is good, and all of this, I mean, itna negativity, itna wrong concept established hua hai, and that has seeped into our subconscious also. But this is the myth that we need to break. Those people who are going to take decision about you, your seniors, your senior managers, the stakeholders, okay, the CEOs, all these people, unless and until they see your potential, your capability, how the hell are they going to know that you should be promoted for something? You are just like anybody else. You are coming, you're doing your work, nobody knows about you. Maybe a couple of people in your team only know about who you are. अरे ये तो बहुत अच्छा. It happens so many times कि कभी-कभी हमारे सामने कोई इंसान maybe sings in front of us and we say, अरे हमें तो पता ही नहीं था आप गाना भी करते हो. We say that. Yeah. So because that person has never showed that this person actually has this kind of a talent, it is our duty, it is our biggest responsibility to show to people what you are capable of. And you are here not to sell yourself but to serve. What I most importantly want to point it out is, with the capabilities, potential, competencies that you have, it is your duty, it is your responsibility to go out and serve people with the best knowledge and skills that you possess. And if nobody knows about you, how the hell are you going to serve people? It is your duty. And I have read it someplace, I don't remember the name of this writer. He says, agar aapke andar koi gun hai, if you have these competencies and if you are not going and serving people, you are actually committing a sin.
Yeah.
So it was huge and it struck me here कि नहीं, मेरी responsibility है बताना कि मैं आपकी मदद कर सकती हूँ. You come and take my help. And each one of us need to do that.
Yes, I think that's very profound. And we have been, you rightly said, we have been conditioned like that. And still people think like that if somebody's proactive, in promoting his values or his passion or skills, then we think that oh, buttering kar raha hai, okay, promotion ke liye. This kind of mentality is there, but we are forgetting that, as you rightly mentioned, when we have to serve to more people at many places, if nobody will know about your talent, who you are, what you are really capable of doing, then you will not identify the opportunities also. So it is your sole responsibility to speak about yourself. And Sakshi, one question also I had in my mind related to this image management or impression management. People usually call these things as a impression management. ये काफी impression जमा रहा है office में, okay? So is this image management or impression management also part of personal branding, or it is completely different thing?
I would say it's a part of personal branding or career branding, whatever you want to say. Sanghamitra will take the questions in the later half. Please just hold on to all your questions, guys. I will definitely like to address to the last question that was asked here. So coming back to your question, Megha, it is considered as a part of it. Okay, so let me try to explain you in this with this example. So we have seen a lot of politicians and we have seen a lot of Bollywood actors who had maligned their image for whatever reason. Okay? They have ruined their image, spoiled their image. Now a revamping is done on their image. जो पुराना बुरा हुआ है उसको ठीक करने की कोशिश की जाती है. So they get into NGO work, they do a lot of promotion of something, they associate themselves with a kind of a cause, they start wearing a different kind of attire, and they want to create a different kind of image so that लोग वो चीज भूल जाएं और ये चीज करें.
Yeah.
And we know, I mean, I don't really have to take the names of such people, but yes, it is there. Okay. And so what they are really trying to do is they're trying to create a different kind of image. They want to be now known as a different person. They want people to forget about the past, and it is okay. And I'm not saying that this is wrong. So this was about impression management. This was about image management, which is mostly outer image that we are talking about. So previously, 2-3 years back, the way I was, dressing myself, I was grooming myself was totally different than how I am doing now. I want to be perceived in a different manner. I want to be taken very seriously now. Okay, I am a humorous person. So 3 years back, my Facebook was totally different. And now my Facebook, my LinkedIn, all my social media, if you will go, it talks about me as a totally different person. So there is a misconception that your image is just the outer part. आपने अपनी कपड़े change कर लिए, अपनी dressing, grooming change कर ली, and now you look like a different person. However, the point is personal branding is a lot related to the person you are internally. If you're not able to show the authentic self out there, okay, of course, it has to reflect with the way you dress, with the way you talk and speak, but people are going to make it in fraction of seconds if you are not in your authentic self. So whatever people say, fake it till you make it, all that BS, I do not believe in all of that. So how can you fake it? Now, but again, the question comes is, if suppose somebody has a style which sounds a little arrogant, they are not very polite and they are quite straight on your face and they do not understand कि थोड़ा प्यार से बात करना चाहिए, which others think is manipulation and all, being diplomatic. But you have to start feeling the way inside that the way you are communicating is not really liked by others. It is hurting others. So I need to change myself from within, truly from within. And that change will start slowly reflecting to people. It's not that आप अचानक से आज मुझसे बहुत अच्छे से बात करिए और घर जाके आप बहुत खराब तरीके से बात करोगे, और कहीं और मुझे आप मिलोगे out one tone आप मिल रहे हो तो हम इस तरह से बात करें. So the thing is that image management, impression management, all of this is actually a part and parcel of your branding process. Let's not get confused with image as just the outer image, the visual appearance of you. It is a lot to do with your internal self also. You have to be true to who you really are. If there is any and we all have flaws.
Yeah.
मुझे भी गुस्सा आता है, तो sometimes in my session I shout also on my students, but they want to see, they have to see the real me, कि मैम को गुस्सा भी आता है और मैं डांटती भी हूँ. Okay, so but I'm not like this all the time. मैं हर समय तो गुस्से में बात नहीं करूंगी, जब गुस्सा आएगा तभी होगा. So it is just show people the genuine self, and those who really like the genuine you, they are going to connect with you. But जो भी flaws है उनको ठीक करने की कोशिश तो हमें definitely करनी है. That's the image makeover that you keep doing with right attempts, right direction, right work.
Yes, yes. Wow. So that was, I think I have read this tagline on your profile that you say that it is authentic, appealing, and attractive brand, if I'm not wrong. So I think this is the authentic brand which you are saying, that it's not just that you are showing people who you are not, but
Yes.
you are revealing your true self to people. So that's really nice to know from you, that impression management. There might be some people who might be showing to outside world who they are not inside, but I think what you mean to say about brand and career brand and personal brand is actually the authentic brand. Now I would like to put forward another myth which I have observed in my career, and this myth is about now considering engineering career, there are many choices. Some people work into sales, marketing, proposal, or some into R&D and core engineering sector also. So usually people think that the people who are into sales, marketing, or the roles where a lot of interaction with people is required, they only require this kind of personal branding or career branding. But the people who are usually individual performers, like they need not go out to the client, or not, they don't talk to too many people. So they think that it's not for them, those who are particularly from the individual performance category. So what is your take on this?
Okay, very important question. Thank you for asking this. Okay, so Megha, the thing is that whether you are working, first of all, nobody works solo. Okay, we cannot really survive and work in isolation. Some or other way, we are connected with people, and we have to keep showing our work. Okay? Even if you have been asked to work, sometimes you will be asked to work in a group of people, with a group of people, and sometimes you will have to perform individually also on certain tasks. Okay, however, at the end of the day, if you are working in an organization, it has to be a work of togetherness. You have to build teams, you have to work in teams. So every time when you're working in team, you have to be communicating with them, interacting with them, conversing with them, and you need to have a lot of other different kind of soft skills to build that rapport with them and to work together to achieve the targets or whatever is the objective.
Yeah.
Now, I want to bring your attention to another aspect here, is that we are now moving. In fact, I would say we are now in the new kind of economy, which is called the gig economy.
Yeah.
So permanent jobs are going to go extinct really soon. Okay, so people are now looking for people who can work as freelancers, experts, as consultants, or as gig workers. Okay, so whether you are already working in a company or you are working as you have a side hustle, you need to build an expertise in something, and you need to sell that expertise to others. So even if you're working solo, if you're not able to put forth your views, your ideas, you are not able to sell your whatever you are working upon, your projects, your consultation, then how would people come to you, and why would people give you any opportunity?
Yeah.
We're moving from knowledge based to interaction based jobs now, and especially for engineers, try to understand that technology is changing like never before. So today you have learned something, you have gotten a degree in something or certificate on some particular language or something like that. It might not be needed later, because somewhere in the world somebody is working to replace that technology. So it is your hard skills, which is your domain or the major skill that you have, because of which you are expecting work, may not be needed in the coming future. You do not know, but there is somebody who's working to, swipe you out of this work. So what is going to help you? Your core. Okay, what you are capable of. If you can show people that I am I am somebody who possess adaptability and agility, and I'm focused and I'm learner and I have these leadership skills, then you are needed.
Yeah.
Then you are needed. You can survive in a workspace. That when you show that you are an agile person, that means even if this technology is not working, something else is coming, I can unlearn and relearn. I can really adapt to the changes that are coming. But for that, you need to show the real self. If you're not showing these attributes out to people, how would people know that you are somebody who can, work in the new technology? आपको पता है, आप अपने आप को बस ये बता रहे हो कि मुझे एक X language, मुझे ज़्यादा I do not know what kind of different engineers we have here on this platform. So whatever is coming to me, I'm just giving you a reference from that point of view. So one, because of gig economy, it is so important for you to sell yourself individually now. So you need to sell yourself to your employers. If you think that you want, there is no permanent job anymore now. Okay, it's a myth. So you probably think that right now I have a job. You do not know whether tomorrow you will still have it or not. Okay, I'm not saying God forbid it ever happens with anybody, but you need to be ready with that. Okay, if the company doesn't company feels that they cannot really pay you all those benefits, and which is happening because of the remote work, they do not want people to come to the office. They want them, if they are excelling in some particular area, what they want is they will give a certain task, a certain assignment or a project to them from home, work from home, get paid for it. So no travel benefits, no hospital bills they will pay, no other facilities that they were giving as to you as permanent employees, that is going to be wiped off. They just pay you for the work that you are doing. And if you are not showing that I am somebody who is capable of doing the different kind of works and I can come out and show this to you, then you are losing big time. So be ready to sell yourself individually now, inside the office and outside the office also.
Yes, I think, this gig economy point which you have brought into is really, some people even don't know that this is going to happen. And I faced this situation in my career wherein one of my organization, they just declared that there is going to be layoff. I witnessed the situation for 2 years. I was into that uncertainty. And that time I realized, what is the pain of being in that situation. And that is the very reason I started this, because some people just wait for their organization to, hand over the pink slip to them that now we are shutting off and you are no more required because your skills are extinct in the market. So you rightly mentioned that in gig economy, there is lot of chance for the individual people to showcase their expertise, talent in the market. And there where this personal branding will help you, even though you are not associated with this sales or marketing related roles. So even though you are into technical domain, it might be anything, programming, or maybe you are a designer, or maybe you are a modeler, anything. All these roles are, very individual performance oriented roles. But still this kind of roles also would be in demand if you can properly showcase yourself.
And one more thing I want to add here, Megha, is that, most of us are missing I would not call myself into this category. I've learned it. One of the biggest skills that all of us need to start developing is called research skills. What is going to be the future of your work? Is this even going to be needed now? There are so many such jobs which are not going to be there in the future. There will be coming up new jobs because of technology is going to sweep up so many jobs. Okay. And most of the technical people are not going to have jobs if they are not building their brand, and especially using the soft skills part. If you are not working together in a team, if you are not showing leadership skills, not problem solving, creativity, collaboration, these are the skills that are actually building your soft part. And this is what you have to sell to people, because technology is something that even if you do not have, as and when you move in the career ladder, which is no more there, it's a jungle gym now. But whenever you want to grow inside an organization or outside also, you will be able to sell yourself, you will be able to promote yourself with the soft part of you. That is what is more needed. And that's why I say that research skills, keep researching about the future of your domain. This is so needed. People never, aaj acha chal raha hai to kal kuch bura hoga hi nahi. Nobody knew, 2 years back we are going to face COVID. Kisko pata? तो
Great.
सडनली आया ना, क्योंकि लोगों ने सोचा ही नहीं था कि कभी कुछ सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो जाएगा. नाउ यू नो दैट ऑनलाइन इज गोइंग टू बी स्टेइंग फॉरएवर. हाउ आर यू गोइंग टू मेक योर सोशल मीडिया प्रेजेंस गुड इनफ सो दैट अगर किसी को आपको काम देने भी आना है, then they know, they just google your name and then see a list of things that you are doing.
Right.
Most
Right.
people are not even googleable. That's again
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. That is. Yes. That I like that point. That when you Google your name, there should be a list of activities. Your LinkedIn profile should be there, and not just a passive LinkedIn profile, but a lot of content in your domain on the LinkedIn profile. I was about to come to that point. When I talk to different engineers, they come to me that whether I can provide them some job opportunities or I can help them to get a job into technical domain. And when I ask them that, okay, follow me on LinkedIn, some of them tell me that they are not on LinkedIn. And it really surprises me that you are searching for a job, okay, and you are not on LinkedIn. Okay, my God, what you are doing? And even if some people are there, they are with very few people followers or LinkedIn connections, and even the profile is not full complete. So even I cannot figure out what I should guide this person, because I don't know what he is capable of doing. So yes, that is very important to understand that your digital presence has to be appealing. Then only you can get good opportunities. Now, coming to my another myth, next myth, which is I think most of the people would be able to correlate with that. That is related to introversion. Okay, what I have observed is that people who are introverts, and I have seen many engineers are introverts. Okay, I am also an introvert. By the way, I have tried to overcome that introversion over a few years. But originally, I'm an introvert. So whenever these things used to come, I used to get little uncomfortable whenever this self promotion or talking about yourself, your own things. Earlier, before 7 to 8 years back, I was not comfortable doing these things, and most of the engineers still think that way, that I am introvert, and if I will start doing these things, probably it will make me uncomfortable. This branding or personal branding or career branding, that will make me uncomfortable. So what's your take on this?
So the thing is, that's also a very good question. It has come to not just with engineers, it is with a lot of other people. So I have a community of now more than 200 students, Megha, and
Yeah.
I have a mix of all the people. Some like they just love talking all the time, and there are some who मुझे बोलना पड़ता है, please कुछ बोलो. Okay, so
Yeah.
let us first of all understand it's completely a myth. Let us break this myth today. So
Yes.
it has your introversion, extroversion has nothing to do with your branding. First of all, if all of us here, at least, and all the audiences who will be watching the video later and watching us on YouTube or wherever, let us understand that if you think that branding is needed now and you cannot postpone this thing, then it is, as I said, it is your duty to promote yourself. So irrespective of what kind of personality trait you have right now, you have to promote yourself. The biggest introverts on this planet today are Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg. Okay,
True.
all technical people, all introverts, but they are promoting themselves like anything. You have more followers of Bill Gates and Mark than Microsoft or Facebook. Okay, so you have to understand that it has nothing to do with, and let's break the myth that you have to talk a lot when you are promoting yourself. It's not about just talking. And every different personality trait has their own pros and cons. So I am basically very extrovert in nature. I love talking. Okay, अगर आप मुझे बीच में रोकोगे नहीं तो मैं बोलती रहूंगी. But I have to gradually understand that this is not the right way of communication. I have to understand where to put a break, how important I have to make people think that I am, how important it is for me to listen to what other people are saying and when to interrupt, when to start. So a lot has to do with your communication style, and all introverts and extroverts need to understand when to speak, when not to speak. Okay, so when I talk about promotion or marketing or selling yourself, it has nothing to do with how much you speak or how less you speak. Okay, so introverts, I understand, they like to be alone, they like to be with themselves, or maybe only a few group of people, just a small group of people they want to stay with, and that's how they're comfortable. Being an extrovert, even I have started feeling that way. I do not gel with a lot of people. Earlier, I love to be the center of attention, attraction in a huge group of people, and have party all the time. That's who I was. I still like that. However, not every time. It has to do with the work that you are doing. If you are an introvert, but you are excelling in your work, you are an expert in your domain, you will love talking about that. You will love helping people and serving people. So I will talk a lot about the word serving and helping here again and again. When
Yes.
you understand that it is your responsibility to help other people, understand what you are expert in and how can you solve their problem, how can you be of help to them, how can you assist them, then you will have to go out and speak with them. Then you will have to go out and promote yourself and sell yourself. There are
Yeah.
different ways in which you are going to be doing, not necessarily always, talking with them or giving big speeches, which later on also you will do. Because if you are thinking of excelling in your career, growing in your organization, you will have to take up a leadership position where you will be speaking a lot with a lot of people. However, when you know your core domain, when you are clear about the niche or niche, the thing that you want to build your brand around, you will be so comfortable. You will be way more comfortable than any extrovert to talk about that thing, to talk about why you should be the right choice for that domain. So forget about whether you are an introvert or extrovert. It has nothing to do. Let's try to bring a balance and be an ambivert. जब जरूरत होगी तो हम बोलेंगे, नहीं होगी तो हम मुंह बंद रखेंगे.
Yes, I think that's the very good way of dealing with that introversion or extroversion. We should be ambivert, balanced personality, and yes, I think this very important myth which Sakshi has, he has broken this myth. So I think this will help a lot of people, a lot of people. So Sakshi, coming to my next question. Now, since you have helped since you have a big community, and you are helping so many job seekers, and so would you like to share some experience that how did you help some people who were not earlier, able to find job or not able to grow in their career? So some experience from your community we would like to hear.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, with God's grace, we are now 200 plus students. Okay. I started, as I said, last year to May 6th, I started my community, which is by the name of Career Branding Hub. And we are helping all together as a community. We are helping each other grow in the field that they want to. So it all starts with I helping them with identifying their niche. So as an engineer, what should be your niche? Sometimes you are an engineer, but you do not want to stay an engineer. You do not want to be in this. Okay. But just because you have done engineering and you have a degree in this and you are scared to move out of this zone because aapko aur koi kaise kuch dega. So my purpose here in my community is to help people understand what they are really good at and how they should be promoting themselves by identifying, first of all, their niche. Only when you know your niche, then only you will be able to understand how good you are in it and how are you going to promote yourself. So
Yes.
my community has, I would say, around or a little more than 30% of engineers. I have a
Okay.
lot of programmers, software engineers, mechanical engineers. There are a lot of mechanical engineers. They're now into supply chain and all of that stuff. So there are technical, electrical engineers. So I'll just take a name of one of my very sweet technical engineer here, and she's a fresher. She was a fresher until June 2022. Okay. And
Okay.
she loved writing actually, but before joining, I mean, when she joined my community last year, she joined my community. She was doing her final year of engineering, and till that time she had no idea क्या करना है. LinkedIn पे बस होते हैं इसलिए वो थी, and she
Right.
attended my masterclass. She joined my community and she started learning, and then she realized she cannot speak very good English till now. She fumbles a lot, and she's from Maharashtra. She has a little bit of that kind of an accent also. She's working really hard on that. However, she loves writing, and that part is the written communication is really good. And she discovered that she really wants to be a content writer, a technical content writer.
Oh, wow.
Being an electrical engineer, she wanted to be a technical content writer. She wanted to help people, and I helped her discover that part of her. She already have co-authored a book on technical content writing. She's only 21 years. She has already gotten a job within just 12 days of her passing her final year engineering within just 12 days.
Okay.
And now she's working as a technical content writer with one of the companies here now. So she's super happy with that. So I have another software engineer. She came and she did not come, and most of people do not really come to me only for seeking job, because once they enter the community, they understand कि सिर्फ एक job is not their life.
True. Yes.
ये job मिल भी जाएगा तो कल क्या करोगे आप? Okay,
right.
It's a growth, it's a learning process they have entered now, and they want to keep learning forever. I have to keep learning ever so that I can keep teaching them forever. So that's how we're building that community. So this software engineer, she came, she again identified her niche. And when she did that, she created a completely new LinkedIn profile. So I help my students revamp their LinkedIn profile based on their niche. So it's a process of 1 month that we do inside the community. Right. First, you identify your niche, then you go and change your LinkedIn profile, then you start creating content. So all these 4 steps I help them with. So in the month of March, she participated in Brandathon. In the month of May, she got 2 job offers. One is with Baker Hughes and another with Accenture. She opted for Baker. And in this process, you understand what job to take, what is going to be the right job for you. Correct. Jobs are all good, but will you be a right fit for this? And how are you going to grow inside that job? What is it that you will? And when she joined, she said that, ma'am, introvert. She's a big time introvert, Megha. Usko hasna bhi acha nahi lagta tha. Her name is Ritu Desai. You all can search her on LinkedIn. And I used to say, Ritu, why don't you laugh? And she's such a beautiful smile. And I used to ask her, Ritu, no, ma'am, I'm just like this. मुझे क्या ज़रूरत है ना करने की? मुझे अपना काम करना अच्छा लगता है. The same thing that you were saying, typical engineer. Now she's in the 2nd level course, and now she's learning a lot of stuff. Now we talk about executive branding and gravitas and a lot of other stuff. And she is thrilled to, and now she's always smiling. The moment she's there, her teeth are always out. So, in the process with the community, when you are learning and growing, that's the time you understand that this is the real self. You all want to be acknowledged, appreciated, respected out in the world. You want people to see what you're capable of. And it's a great feeling when you give something to people. And now my community people are helping so many other people with their content and with their knowledge. And this is, I'm just so blessed, and I'm thankful to my coach who has taught me all this. And now I am able to, I have little competence to help all the other students. So yeah, this is how it is happening. This is just doing amazing.
That's really nice to hear from you, Sakshi. Yes, because I really wanted to, tell the audience that how it is impacting, how these things are impacting. And you rightly mentioned that it's not about job. Even I tell this to my mentees that job is a short-term solution for long-term problem. Okay, so we should really, go beyond the job search. It is what you like in your life, what you want to do in your profession. Or think about long-term things. Not just getting the job could not be the only solution for your problem. Yes, that is very nice to hear from you. And I think all of them who are here listening to
us is saying just ordinary being job.
Yeah. yes, very nice. Right. Very nice, Omkar. So, Sakshi, coming to LinkedIn, I think you are also focusing a lot on LinkedIn, because when it comes to career branding, I think there could not be any other platform better than LinkedIn. And even I am also a fan of LinkedIn. And even my mentor, when he taught me, he told us, marry LinkedIn. Okay, and I have married LinkedIn, and I'm spending more time on LinkedIn even compared to my spouse. Okay, on lighter note. So, yeah, so that is happening, and that's why even I am telling people that be on LinkedIn, okay, and create content in your domain, so that you should attract the opportunities. It's not that you should beg for the opportunities, beg for the job. People should come to you and they should offer the job to you, or they should talk to you because they feel that you are expert in that your domain. So that is very profound. But Sakshi, what I have observed, particularly now, I will talk about my domain, engineering domain. I've connected a lot of good people who are creating awesome content into technical domain, and all of them are from outside India. All the people are outside India, and in India particularly, I have observed that there are very, very few people who are creating technical content. So I think this is one, I mean, on one side, feel this is kind of big opportunity for those who will start creating content in their technical domain. On the other side, I really feel that, oh my God, I mean, we are lagging behind.
Behind, big time, big time.
Yeah, big time. Other people, people from other country, they have taken it really well on this all this platform like LinkedIn also, and I can find them creating awesome content into technical domain. So I think if you can, throw some light on importance of creating content in your domain, that would be helpful for the audience.
Sure, sure. So in any of the domain, I would rather say, and yes, specifically for engineers also, I teach my students how to create content in their domain. I do not know anything about engineering, of course, so I cannot check their content as in how well they have written that part. But then, content creation is an art in itself, but most people fail to do, or, shy away from doing this work because they do not know the right way of doing it. That is one thing. Two, they often fear judgment. What would others say about me? If I make a mistake, will people troll me or people laugh at me? And most of the time, even if people are creating content, they feel that, आज create किया है content तो 1000, 2000, 10,000 like आने चाहिए. और अगर 2 4 6 बार वो content create करते हैं and nothing of that sort happens, they give up.
True.
That's a problem. So when you marry, as you say, you have to be patient. You have to give time to learn that person, understand how the person behaves. Ladai bhi hogi, aapki bihar bhi hoga, and everything is going to be a part and parcel. So what I mean to say is, it is a process. And believe me, Megha, I have told this to everybody. I started this in 2019, mid or late 2000. Around this month only, I've started doing LinkedIn. Before that, I was not even aware about this platform. सब लोग मुझे बोलते थे LinkedIn में, क्या है LinkedIn? मैं तो सारा दिन Facebook पे होती थी. So, and then I created, and then I started posting content. And in 8 months of time, LinkedIn sent me a mail that, madam, you are spamming people, stop doing, and they blocked my profile literally. And I was like, really, is this happening? मैं डर गई थी. And then I started observing a lot of other people, how they are doing. And I started doing a lot of experimentation on LinkedIn, what kind of a content will work, what will not work. And I literally went in that tie, bond कि अब तो जीना मरना इसी के साथ है, इसको तो छोड़ नहीं सकते. चाहे जितना भी टाइम लगे, अब तो दे दिया है सर मुझे ओकली में तो. So the thing is that I started experimenting. And in the first year, in the month of May, in just 1 year, I had added 70,000 followers. Wow. Just 1 year. In the first year, kuch nahi aata tha, but because I learned the process. Now, with my students, what is happening is they do not really have to go through those failures, those mistakes. Now, I am teaching them the right way of doing content creation, how to attract people, who to attract, why to write, what not to write. All of that I'm teaching them. So now, so the problem is that, number one, with us, we want to get everything for free. Most of us. हमें लगता है कि कुछ फ्री में मिल जाए, यहाँ से थोड़ा सीखे, वहां से किए, अपने मन से कुछ ट्राई किए. And when you do that stuff, you are not being very focused. आपको लगता है इससे करके देखते हैं कुछ होगा. You are not showing commitment of being there. There are other people also who have not learned it, but they have done it.
Correct.
Okay, and I respect everyone. I'm not saying that learning anything for free is not right. You must. I also learn a lot from the articles and from books and YouTube. There is amazing content available. However, do you have the time to risk that much time now?
Right.
Because time is money for each one of us. आपने 4 घंटे लगाए और एक content piece लिखने में कभी-कभी 2 दिन लग जाते हैं. Sometimes it takes, and when you post it and then nobody is viewing you, it discourages you, it demotivates you, and you tend to give up. So that's the thing. And when you said that, yes, outside the problem is, Megha, we are expecting by 2030 a major global workforce crisis. So all the developed countries outside in the world, like Germany, Russia, Japan, all these people are going to be needing Indian workforce. to
Yes,
replace their people. So when they are going to need us, are we really prepared? How are they going to select us? They are going to select us through social media. वो आके हमें तो personally नहीं मिलने वाले हैं. They are
correct.
going to just simply go and check our social media. Are we really somebody who possess that kind of a competence, knowledge, skills, and expertise, so that they can, hire us for a particular job? And
Yeah.
when you are creating content, that's the time when you are building your expertise. You are showing yourself as a different person, as somebody who can, very well be chosen over anybody else in that domain, because
Right.
you are showing. We both are connected only through that. You know me because I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
creating content. I know you
Correct.
because you have been doing this work.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's networking, constant and continuous content creation. And I'm not saying that you have 9 to 9 work. और मैं नहीं बोल रही हूँ आपको कि आपको हर दिन content create करना है, but at least start with once a week, then move it to twice a week, and then have it at least thrice a week, so that you come across as somebody who is like most capable in your domain.
Right.
That's the one way. That's one of the biggest ways to stand out of the crowd. I do not see any other way in which you can really do that.
Right. I think, yes, I mean, you have covered all the points, and I agree to you. When you said that you were also not knowing about LinkedIn, I can tell my example. Well, I was there on LinkedIn since 5 to 6 years, but I was having, only 100 to 150 connections. And when I learned from my mentor, I understood the importance. Then I really, geared up for creating content on that. And I learned through a systematic process. And I think you also learned that way, because when you learn randomly, haphazardly, just looking at one or two articles or some YouTube videos, I think the problem could be, it might create harm to your image. Rather, promoting your personal brand, it can rather create harm to your personal brand, because you should be very much careful while trying this out on social media. Yes.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yes,
Your
that
first impression matters. Every
yes,
impression
yes,
matters.
very much.
And
So,
before you start creating content, make sure that your profile is, all 5-star profile, and
yeah,
it's up to date, and it talks about who you really want. And based on your
true.
profile, you have to create content.
Very true, very true. And it is also art, content creation is an art and science also, and we should learn it all together. And then only you can be a appealing brand on social media. So yes, I think we are, my question answer session, only last question I want to ask you, and after that we will take the questions from audience. So my last question is, now I'm helping mid-career people specifically, those who are into after say 8 to 10 or 15 years of experience. Sometimes they feel stagnant. They don't understand what exactly they want to do. And I'm trying my best to give them clarity and vision about their career. And yes, I am also going to teach them about LinkedIn. My first batch has started. I am halfway through. So how do you think that it will help the mid-career people also? Because not everyone is actually looking for a job. And there are few points we already discussed, like you mentioned the gig economy part, right? But specifically mid-career people, what challenge I face is, the young people, millennials, millennial generation, they are very much comfortable on these platforms. It might be Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn. So we can teach them, and they will instantly apply it, implement it. But the people which in their 30s, late 30s or late 40s, specifically for them, it's kind of mind block to come on this platform. That was true for me also. I was also hesitant to write a single line on LinkedIn or any platform for that matter. So, what you would suggest them to come out of that mind block and start creating content on LinkedIn?
So I always give my example. If I can do, anybody can do. I am approaching 43 years. Next week, I will be 43 complete. Okay. So I am also kind of in that range only that you are saying, mid-level.
You don't look like Sakshi.
ये तो मेरे कैमरे का कमाल है, मेकअप और कैमरे का कमाल है. बाकी I am 43. So the thing is that, and I teach this inside my community also, that it is not about your performance, guys. The result that you are going to get, the success that you will get from your performance will only play 10% of role. The next 90% completely depends upon your image and your visibility. So you need to understand कि आप एक लेवल के बाद आप कितना टेक्निकल वर्क करने वाले हो. टेक्निकल वर्क मशीन्स करने वाली है, रोबोट्स करने वाले हैं, एआई करने वाला है. आपके तो जॉब जाएंगे ही जाएंगे अगर आप सिर्फ टेक्निकल स्किल्स के बेसिस पे आगे ग्रो करने का सोच लो. इट इज नॉट नीडेड. एंड यू नो, एज एंड व्हेन यू मूव इन द senior positions and when you are planning to move, there are people are going to focus on your image. Right. They are now going to focus on your soft skills part, your communication, your leadership and problem solving, and how you're handling stuff, conflict management, and different other things is what. So are you able to show that inside the organization? Are you able to reflect that self of yours which is capable of handling those roles? That is important. And how visible you are and who are you visible to, that is again important. Again, as I mentioned earlier, only if your team members know about you, you are only going to get as much responsibilities or opportunities. But if those stakeholders know you, if the senior leadership knows you, and how well they know you and what do they know you for, that is what is going to give you opportunities. So for you to build your thought leadership, LinkedIn is the most appropriate place.
Yeah. Yes.
I tell you, I'm not sure if people are aware about it. So we all consider Google as one of the giant tech companies. I think we all consider that, right?
Yes.
Google conducted two studies. Okay, one was called Project Oxygen. The other one was called Project Aristotle. Okay, they wanted to find out what decides their hiring, firing, and promotion process. What are the skills that decide? Okay. And to their utter surprise, what happened was the top 8 skills with which they hire, fire, and promote people were all soft skills. Not just in entry level, but in senior level. So that was their surprise. So top 7 to 8 are all soft skills. You are not going to be, and they thought that was for their utter surprise, that they thought that it is all about technical. We are giant technical company, and we want to hire people with the best of their technical knowledge. But that's what not. Okay, then the second they conducted, which is called Project Aristotle. Okay, so here they thought that, okay, fine, for the senior people who are they come out with their amazing ideas. Okay, so they thought that their A team is going to be winning that. Okay, all the people who are who were like scientists and big brains, they are the most successful teams. That's what they wanted to understand. But again, to their surprise, the teams that won in that study were the B teams. And when they found out the skills that helped them win those studies, they were all soft skills: empathy, generosity, emotional intelligence, leadership. So these are the skills that even the giant tech companies are looking for. Now, if you think that I will be working only on my technical skills, I will learn 2 more, take 2 more certificates, get 3 more degrees from India, from abroad, whatever you want to do. If you're not building on your soft skills, if you're not building on your image part, 30% result will come from your image, and 60% depends upon your visibility. So, for all the mid-level, it is the time to come out of your comfort zone. 1 दिन, 2 दिन, 10 दिन लगेगा, 2 महीने, 4 महीने लगेंगे. What more than that? But start showing, not just on LinkedIn. Take it slow on LinkedIn. It's not that needed right now, but your opportunities inside the organizations will only come up when you show these skills outside. So I have one of my students, she has just been promoted as a VP, deputy VP in her organization, only because of understanding how she needs to remold her image now inside the company. So there are a lot of senior professionals also working with 12 years, 17 years of experience now learning. We are doing executive presence for them, and there are different stuff that we are doing. So I teach them that it is not just about your technical skills. वो मेरा domain नहीं, वो तो आपको करना ही है. Performance is mandatory. Performance से नीचे आना ही नहीं है. For you to get even selected, your high performance is the benchmark.
True.
But when there are 5-10 people who are chosen for a particular promotion or particular project, then how are you going to stand out is only with your image and your visibility. So that is what is my recommendation to all your
Yes. Thank you so much. I think you have clarified all the points, probably which must be in people's mind, how they can come out of all those things. Thank you so much for sharing in depth. Now I think we would take up the questions from the audience, and We have so many questions here. We would like to take up Sangamitra's question first. I think,
Let's speak.
yeah. So, how do we break the myth that help means free?
Sanghamitra, ये मेरा भी problem है. Okay, see, first
Yes.
of all, it is not easy because as it again comes back to our conditioning. हमें लगता है free help का मतलब होता है free में करना, but we have to understand that it's an energy exchange that we are doing. Nothing comes for free on this planet. Okay, Megha, you have been pursuing me to take this session for how many months now?
Yeah. I think
2 months.
2 months. Yes.
Yeah, I am giving you my time and I'm giving this time to all you people, but I have also gained a lot. I have gained visibility from all these people. Yeah, so there is something that you always gain and you give, and we have to make people understand that it is not the free thing, it's an energy exchange. When I give you something, you also have to return it back and be open to, and we are here in the business, we are in the business of one. Okay, we need to sell ourselves. Our time is important, the value that we are giving. It's not just the time, it's a value that I'm adding. There are so many things that probably the audience had never thought about, but now they know so much more than all those engineers who have never not even participated in this.
Right.
So because you have chosen to give this time, you had made a choice, you got this.
True.
It has not come. You have risked doing something else. You probably have left your job. 1-1.5 घंटा आपने कहीं और जो आप invest करते वो छोड़ के आपने ये किया है. So you have paid a price in some form or the other, right? I do not teach anybody for free.
Yeah.
Only these awareness sessions are for free because that gives me visibility. I have a purpose in my mind. I want to help all the people, and then those who want to connect with me, those who feel that I will be the right mentor for them, coach for them, they only get connected with me.
Correct.
I've shared this for last 1 year. Why only 200 people? But पिछले 3 महीने में 100 आए. उसके पहले it took me 11 months to get 100 students inside my community. And the latest 100 has come only in 3 months because it will be compounding. You need to start bringing that visibility out. It will compound, and you always will have to tell people that I am adding value. There is an energy exchange which is happening. और जब आप free में कोई चीज लेते हो तो आपको उसका फल भी नहीं मिलता है. That's the thing, I buy my phone, and if I get some accessory along with it for free, if it breaks, I will not care. अरे free में ही तो था, पर अगर ये pay करके मेरा इसको कुछ होता है तो my heart will break.
Very true.
अरे मेरा phone. इसलिए अपनी चीज को free में देना भी नहीं, because people are never going to value if you give it for free. I've made these mistakes. Now I very firmly say, you come, you want to learn, you will have to enroll in a particular course. This is the price, because I know the value that I'm adding. If I can add value in a free course, a free session like this much, imagine what value will be there inside my paid programs. Okay.
Very true.
So I do not do that. I hold my hands and I thank them, but I cannot serve you for free. That's as simple.
I fully resonate with you. Yes. And I'm facing those challenges. And one more point to add from my side to this thing is, it affects the commitment. When you are learning something free of cost, commitment level at that condition and commitment level when you are paying something for your transformation, it is different, completely different.
Totally. So my coach always says, people who pay money, they pay attention.
Yeah.
Those who pay attention, they take action, and only those who take action, they get results. So my purpose is to help people get result. जब तक वो कोई काम ही नहीं करेंगे, मैं result कैसे लाके दूंगी उनका? And my growth depends upon my students' results. मैं आज आपके सामने 4, 6, 8 result अगर बता पाई हूँ तो वो only because they have worked. अगर वो free में आते हैं, उनका कोई commitment नहीं होता, as you very rightly pointed out, Megha. So in all of our lives, do not undervalue yourself. That's one mistake. If you are looking for job, start asking for your price. But whatever price you are asking, add that value. If you are not able to show that value to the other person, they will probably see कि अच्छा कुछ तो कभी भी हमारी value नहीं समझेंगे. जिनको फोकट की आदत है, फ्री की आदत है, वो तो कभी भी नहीं करेंगे. And it's better to not serve them only.
Very true.
I say thank you so much, Tata, bye bye. I am not here to serve you. I'm only to serve the genuine right people, because I have to work really hard with them. So those who cannot put effort and time, energy and money in themselves, how will they be putting energy in getting the results? So Sanghamitra, I hope this helped you understand that it's an equal energy exchange that has to happen. And जब मैं किसी को free में कराऊंगी तो मुझे कभी मन भी नहीं करेगा ना, because I'm not getting anything. Why would I work for the person? मेरा भी खुद का commitment नहीं रहेगा. So वैल्यू क्रिएशन, एंड व्हेन आई एम पेड आई एम मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. सो एक जगह एक फ्री स्टूडेंट बैठा और एक जगह पेड है, मेरा पूरा अटेंशन पेड पे रहेगा, बिकॉज दिस पर्सन हैज ट्रस्टेड मी विद हिज मनी. आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू पे द पर्सन. सो yeah, that is.
Yes, I think Sangamitra has replied. Thanks, Sakshi. And yes, you briefly explained this question. I think most of us would have got benefit out of this explanation. Now, next question, I think Pallavi has asked.
How to manage that thin line between promoting ourselves and not offering help unless someone asks for it, because it is also said that helping people without they ask for help, of course not everybody. Good question. Thank you so much, Pallavi. So it is not about, it's not going out and showing off ki mujhe ye aata hai. So there is a very thin line, as you very rightly pointed out, Pallavi. The thin line is between showing off what you're capable of, and again the word serving with what you know. Okay, so when we say, most of the times most people say मैं आपकी कोई मदद कर सकता हूँ क्या? So the moment when you say कोई मदद, better you don't do. So when you really want to help people, you should be saying that, I see you juggling with all these things. I can help you with these 2 things. Would you like me to help you with it? I would love to assist you. I have little time left right now. Will I be, do you want me to assist you? Let us complete it together. So do not show that you are a more capable person and you will be able to, the moment we show that we are here and hum aapke upar koi ehsan kare, that's the time people feel offended. But when you say let us together go and finish it off together so that we can enjoy time together, and it's a team effort that we are doing, that's when you project yourself as a true leader, somebody who really wants to lift up people. And and then वो जो attitude है, because when it comes to the serving ना अंदर घुस जाना चाहिए. I'm here to serve. I'm not here to give something to people, because I am nobody to give anybody to anything. सब कुछ भगवान से आ रहा है. He is the person who is giving everything. I am being chosen as a channel here. Correct. When I am chosen as a channel, let me serve my community. So sometimes, people with different mindset, Pallavi, again, people come with different mindset. They think that if we know something, if we go and it has happened with me also, Pallavi. Kabhi kuch log na thode offended ho jate hain. So it has to now come, and if you truly want to help someone, if you do not want to offend anybody, work with your communication skills. How you put it across to people, with what tone, with what language, at what time. That also matters. आपका gesture, आपकी body language, क्या वो match कर रहा है आपके communication के साथ. So the way you put across a thing, that should make people feel that no, she is genuinely here to help. And start with the praise. I see you are doing such amazing work. However, I've just noticed that you are missing this. I would really love to help you so that you achieve this. Okay, and don't make yourself here. Just make yourself here. I am somebody only to assist you. I mean, that's how I have learned it. So, जो मुझे आता है मैं बस उतना ही आपको बता पाऊंगी.
Yes, I think very beautifully explained by you, Sakshi. It will definitely help all of us.
These are our soft skills. This is why I say soft skills are so important.
True. Those are actually ignored by some domain experts and people. But if we will just observe the people who are at top in our industry, just observe that one person at top level and think about what additional skill set he's having, and you will get a list of soft skills only. So that's it. And I like your point about the purpose also. So something to add from my side is, people believe that they belong to their family, they belong to their spouse or maybe community, but we forget that we belong to universe, and that is our purpose of being here on this planet Earth. And when we realize this, that we belong to universe and we should give back more and more, I think most of the problems would be simplified.
Profound, amazing. Thank you for adding that, Megha. Beautiful.
So I think another question asked by Ramesh. We should follow the hierarchy for reaching or showcasing our skills and efforts to higher management. If I am reporting IT manager, I can approach to CEO for showcasing my efforts. It should be taken forwarded by my manager. I didn't.
Hierarchy is important, Ramesh. You know, you cannot
Yeah.
bypass your manager and go directly to CEO. Okay, तो CEO को पटाने के लिए पहले manager को पटाना बहुत important है
Right.
आपके लिए. Okay, but then you know, and one of this data scientist who was here in my community, and he said the same thing, that whenever my manager used to say something, I used to feel offended. और उनके बीच में बहुत animosity थी. Okay, and the moment he changed his perspective towards the manager, why is he saying whatever he is saying? You know, now they have such an amazing rapport, and this manager only goes out and talk a lot about my student to the senior professionals, super senior professionals. Okay, so the thing is that it should always go hierarchically, but you can this is where your social media presence comes into play.
Right.
You know, and take your manager into consideration always, है ना. उनको बताओ कि आप कैसे उनकी help कर सकते हो. You know, your managers are there to help you, of course, but there are certain things that you also can help your manager with. Okay, some task में special assistance, थोड़ा time आपने ज़्यादा दे दिया, ideas इस तरह से put करना है जैसे उनको ना लगे कि आप overshadow करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो. Don't do that. But yes, senior managers are going to watch. If you are going to take more and more responsibility, you take more and more initiatives. Those people who think that we are paid an X amount for Y work, we will finish only Y work somehow or the other, and that is it. They never grow in a company. Never ever. They do not grow in a company. So you always will have to do more. To become more, and you have to be seen as somebody who is capable of doing more. Okay, so just job ke liye, just senior position ke liye you are applying, dress according to that, work according to that, have those soft skills according to that, and then you will always be seen somebody in that position, and that's when they are going to hire you for that position. Maybe know you who your mentor was. No, I do not have. My mentor was my mentor is and will always be. His name is Siddharth Rajshekhar.
Yes, and I follow him also, you know, on social
he's
media.
My God, he's my God.
He's awesome, super awesome.
Super awesome, yeah. Yes. The best.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Okay, so I think one question which I would like to ask from my side, and then I think Sakshi, you can, you know, tell people about your community and your programs. So if one thing, if people who are in this room today from this session, if they want to implement just one thing to, you know, promote their brand or enhance their brand image, what they should start doing from today itself?
Focusing on their niche, identifying their niche. If you are sure about what you are doing and you want to stay in that, then the ideal step for you is going to be building your presence on social media, connecting right with people. If you have no idea, and if you feel that I'm stuck and I'm not getting any direction, then getting the direction is the first step. So identifying your niche is going to be the first thing. If you're already in the right place, you just want to grow, scale up, then build your social media presence, especially on LinkedIn. That's what.
Awesome. I think that was very worth advice, you know, all of them who are here listening to this conversation. Very nice conversations, Sakshi, and I hand over to you so that you can, you know, tell people about your community, your programs.
Thank you so much, Megha. It was amazing having this discussion, and I love the way you asked. You know, you prepared all these questions, very significant and relevant to your audience also. So, what I do is I've been doing. I am a personal and career branding coach, so I help all my all the professionals, working professionals, and job seekers. I'm helping them to establish their brand. And that I do through my masterclass. So there is a masterclass which is tomorrow also at 4 o'clock. I can leave, maybe you can leave the link for that later,
okay.
Megha.
Yeah.
And they can they can register for that. That's a free session for 90 minutes where I will be talking more in length about what is personal branding, what is career branding, and how 6 steps which I have used and my community students are using to build their brand. So you can get benefited from that also. Inside the community, I help them with the how session, okay, as I mentioned. So we talk about niche clarity, how to get the direction. And there are 2 sessions, live sessions, the way we are discussing right now. There are 2 sessions that I take inside the community, one on Thursdays and one on Saturdays. So today in the evening also we have a session where I teach them live on various other aspects of career and growth and job and mindset and money. That's so I have a video course which is separate, and this is there which I take the live sessions. So I discuss all this in my free masterclass, but I would highly recommend all you people to, join my masterclass and learn in depth about what is personal and career branding all about, and how can you
Yes.
also build your brand. And other than that, yes, I'm active on all the other social media platforms. So you can give a link to that also, and they can get connected with me.
Yes, yes, sure. I will share the link with all of the people who have registered actually, and maybe we can put in the YouTube description
YouTube.
also,
Yes.
so that they can access it easily. Okay, so people, join Sakshi's masterclass. Even I have attended that once, and it was awesome session. I really liked the way he teaches people about career branding and all these things. And so now it is the time to thank you, Sakshi. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
taking out time from your busy schedule. I fully understand. And to all of them who are here, I want to tell you that, she is relentlessly working on this. And I can see her massive actions. She's conducting so many webinars in a week. And she has now big community of 200 students. I fully understand that how much she would be occupied. But still, she has promised me and she has come here to deliver this talk show session. So thank you so much, Sakshi, for being here.
Thank you.
We are really lucky to have you here.
Thank you so much, Megha,
Yeah.
for having me over. Thank you, Shalini, Satwik,
Yeah.
Dax, Ramesh, Omkar, Swatantra. Just Swatantra,
Yes.
okay. Sangamitra, thank you so much. Thank you for the appreciation. I really, really loved being here, Megha, and it was an honor. And I'm glad that we met finally
Yes.
today. Thank you, Shalini, Atul, Aniket, Pallavi, everyone for being here. All the audiences, thank you so much. Stay connected, keep growing, and God bless you all. Thank you once again.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. And you can follow Sakshi and myself on LinkedIn.
Of
Okay.
course, she is the one. Yeah, she's the one. The host is. Thank you so much, Megha. Best wishes to you too, and congratulations on your amazing book, also, Megha.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
See you, everyone. Bye.
Yes. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.